Hi, welcome. In this tutorial, I will teach you how to use TreeView, a Visual Basic programming, by creating a simple application that will mimic Windows File Explorer. Without wasting much time, let's start creating our application. Create new project, select Windows Form application, name this as Windows File Explorer. Say version 1, then create. So what I want you to do is to open up this form. Alright, then go to toolbox, then select split pane or split container. Alright, then let's go back to our toolbox and take TreeView and put it within this panel. Let's go to properties, change it dock property to center. Okay, now let's go back to our toolbox and then again select a split container and then go to this section and make it horizontal rotation. It will fit what we are about to do. The next thing is to select the split pin, the split container. I'm always saying split pin because of Java, but don't worry. The split container. And please, when you are selecting, you should make sure you don't select one panel. If you select one panel, you will not be able to drag it to any desired height that you might prefer in this particular scenario. So what you have to try to do is that try and select the split container A7, and it's very difficult to do that. So you always have to move, what do you call it, maneuver around it to get it. Then you push it to the top. Let's make panel 1 a bit smaller. Okay, a little bit smaller again. All right, or you can drag it down small. Then I want you to go back to the toolbox, then select list view. Select list view here, and then go to the property window and dock the list view within its parent container. So let's put it at the center to take the entire space. Okay, and then let's go back to the toolbox, then select text box and select text box. Okay, then put it in panel 1 and then multi-line property. You can even ignore that because this one alone is enough. Just push it to the end, and then you can also go to so that it will fit within the panel itself for us. Let's go to properties, then dock the text box in its parent container. I'm gonna look for text box property dock. Okay, dock is here. Then let it fit the entire panel. All right, so let's run our application and see how it looks. All right, so basically, this is the skeleton of our application. It doesn't do anything much. Okay, does not do anything much. And resize our windows to any angle you want. Okay, doesn't do anything much. So let's close this form. Now let's go back to the property window. Select panel 2, split container 2. And let's see if you can change it padding properties. So let's say padding, or let's put 2 and see what will happen. Okay, and let's run our application again, because the list view was going out of. Okay, now you can see the entire section of the list view. So let's close our application again, and then I want us to select the list view, and then each border property. This one is to phase 3. They want us to take it to none. They want us to also do the same thing for the TreeView. The border property is supposed to be none, and then the text view to phase single. Okay, and let's run the application to and see what will happen. Yes, so it looks like there is nothing between this what do you call it, views. Okay, the only thing that you can see is that for the test view. Okay, and that is good. Okay, now that we are done with our design, let's go to the form window. But first, there is something that our application will depend on. So let's import it. So import system, import system dot input output, because you need to access drives in our application. So I want you to define 3 enumeration variables. So private enum item types, and then we are going to deal with drive, folder, and file. So let's enum them: drive, driver, then folder, then file. Okay. Now I want us to also link this, define a string so private folder path of images as string equal, mine is located on my graph C, uses TCASA desktop, then I have icons, then I have folder. Okay, so this is the place where I'm holding the images that contains my icons folder. Let me show you in a moment. So this is my desktop. Okay, then I have my icons here, then I have folder. Okay, so this are the 2 icons that I'll be using in this particular tutorial. So if for you can easily access them by just clicking on here. If you are using Windows File Explorer, then you can just get that the link to the direct path to your icon folder. Then you copy it. You can come and paste it in the in this section as we tap them directly. Okay, and it will work for you. All right. So once said, okay, so for us to be able to use these images in our tree node, then we have to create a variable called image list. So private tree node icon icons as image list equal new image list. Okay, you will later on populate this. You do is to deal with the form load event. I want the TreeView to get all the drives on your computer once the form would load. So what you're going to do is that I'm going to select form 1. Okay, then you want the form to deal with what? An event. So form event. Then what I want the form to do with is what? Load. Okay, so during the load process, there are certain things that you have to initialize. So the first I want you to do is to define a variable called file names. So dim files as string. Okay, and this files is equal to directory dot get files to bracket folder path of images. All right, so this will actually get all our images in this folder, okay, and store them as an array to this what? Files, which is what? A string array. So normally it will come with the name, okay, the names of the various files in this particular what? Folder, in the form of what? An array. So what we do next is to look through the array and then create an image out of that. So because you are accessing resources, it's better to put them in a try and catch what? Block. So try for each file in files. Okay, for each f in files. Okay, 3 node icons dot images dot add. They are not called image dot from file. Then let's put the individual file name that we got from the folder. Now, in case of any error, let us put a simple message: resources not found, or image files not found, something like that. Found msg box star dot information box star dot information. Yeah, I think information is okay, or maybe critical. Then let's name it, maybe the title as error what? Error message. All right, so we can move on to the next page. Let's initialize some TreeView's properties. So TreeView 1, oh, am I having problem? Dot image list is equal to 3 node icon, 2 node icons. Okay, then TreeView 1 dot index dot image index is equal to 0. All right, so let's take a moment and then understand what is happening here. Someone will say, where from this TreeView 1? Okay, so you go to our designs. If you can remember, let you put a TreeView here. Okay, you could have change it value to something else, but because it's only one TreeView that we are working on it, I said to ignore it. So if you want to access the TreeView, then you have to call it the name, which is what TreeView 1. So that's where the TreeView 1 is what is coming from. Okay, and because it's also a list view, only single list view on the application. This list view 1, 2 are also labeled like that. And because there is only one text box in the application 2, I'll use text box 1 in it like that. So that is where the names are coming from. The various tools that you put on the form is what we are accessing them, and then that is what their names. Okay, so TreeView 1. Let's get back to our form and continue. So now TreeView 1, the image list is equal to 3 node icons. When you come to the form, then you select the TreeView. But there is some property here that's an image list. Okay, here image list. And that is where TreeView will look for when it is looking for images to render it with icons in terms of how it displays them. Okay, so that is what we have defined over here. And we have initially set, and these 3 nodes are in the form of what? Array. Okay, so once I put the index as 0, then the first icon in the folder, which is drive w.icon, is now at an index of what? 0. And the folder is at an index of what? 1. Okay, so that is how we came about that. So let's move on. So for each, we are trying to look through our drive, the file system, to get the drivers or the hard disk space or storage that we have on our computer. So for each drive as string in directory dot get local drives. Okay, then dim node as 3 node equal TreeView 1 dot nodes dot add drive. Okay, we're almost there. Node dot image index equals 0. Node dot tag equal item type dot driver. Then node dot node dot add. Then add some arbitrary filler in case there is nothing on the computer to avoid us running into what? An error. Okay, so now let's try and run our application and see what we have achieved so far. All right, so this is nice. Okay, so you can expand it, and then you see we have our drives. I have drive C and drive B on mine. You see, filler has been shown here. Filler. Okay, so because we have not processed the subfolders, that is why we are not seeing them. So we are going to look and work on that. See the subfolder so that you can see them. When you click on the expand, you will see the subfolders. So everything is perfect at the moment. All right. So now that we are done with this sub, let's look at another interesting event. So let's go to TreeView 1 and let's select before expand. Before expand. Okay. List view 1 dot large image list is equal to our tree node icons. List view 1 dot small image list equal to our tree nodes icons. Before it expands, let's make sure our list view is clear of any other content. List view 1 dot clear. Okay. Now I want us to get reference to this event variable. And this event variable is a tree node what variable. So let's dim current node as tree node equal ye dot node. Or the full path from the node event. So dim string full path as string equal current node dot full path. Sorry, there's an error here. Okay, so now we are going to look through this path and get all subword directories. So for each folder name as string in directory dot get directories full path dim new node as tree node to be equal to current node dot nodes dot add path dot get file name folder name. There's one here. Within this, I want us to also get the names of folder or the names of file that they are extensions. So dim x as string equal path dot get file name with that extension. Our folder name will still come here. All right. So now, once we are done with this, new node dot image index is equal to 1, making it look like a folder. New node dot tag is equal to item type dot folder. New node dot nodes dot add. Let's put our arbitrary filler here. So let's try and run our application and see what happens. Alright, so let's try open up. See, now it's displaying all the names of the folder here. It's displaying all of them here. Somewhere along the line, you will remove the filler, don't worry. Okay, you have all of them here. Go to C, E, a bit over here. Alright, subfolder, 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 subfolder. Okay, so you can see everything working perfectly. Just close it. Okay, the next thing I want us to do is that when you click on this, the content within this should be able to appear in the list view. That's what I want us to do next. So let us go and select our private sub again, and then we select our TreeView, then before select. Okay, so before select, what happens? This is an event that you want you to do once we click on any folder on the tree node. As usual, you have to also define certain variables. So dim for path as string g dot. Okay, let me just first get a variable dim current node as tree node to be equal to y dot node, so that you can get our full path from that. Is equal to, or you can just say full path is equal to current node dot full path. Okay, all right, so this is defining the variable, and this is what initializing the variable. So you could have done both at the same time so that you don't have to type the full path twice. So you could just say a string is equal to current node dot full path, and that will be fine. So now that you have our path, let's clear the list view. Okay, now you are going to try and look through the current path for sub folders. So for each folder name as string in directory dot get directories full path dim x as string equal path dot get file name with that extension folder name. Now list view 1 dot items dot add s. And this is nice, okay, but you're not done yet. I want us to also assign an image to any element or any folder that you put within the list view. So dim I as integer, okay, then for I equals 0 to list view 1 dot items dot count minus 1, okay, list view 1 dot items I dot image index is equal to 1. Then the next scenario. So let's run this and see what happens into our application. All right, so you can see. So let's try and open this. Let's see if I select this. Now you can see that it is mimicking the Windows what control. You can see this is folder, this is a folder, folder, this is a folder, okay. User, it's a folder, it's a folder, folder, folder. Okay, so that is it. If it contains nothing, nothing will show. As long as it contains folder, all those folders will show over here. All right. So now we are almost there. We are almost there. Okay. Now let's go back, get back to application. All right. Okay. All right. These are basic folders, and they are all showing perfectly. This left is for our text box to receive the file name as it is in the Windows phone. Okay, and you can see the path to the file. So you want to do the same thing to our text box over here. Then when you click on, let's say Android, the path to this should be shown in our text box. So let's close our application and then let's deal with that. And the next thing for us to do is enter into another loop to also display the files. Okay, the files that are not folder. Okay, files that are not what directories in our list box. So that waiting much time. Let's for each file name as string in directory dot get files full path. Okay, dim list item as string equal path dot get file name Okay, Now let's call our list view and populate it with our files. Dot items dot add list item. Now let's pass the path to our text box. Text is equal to full path. Alright. Is to put this thing around a catch, try and catch blog. Let me copy this, put them at the end here. Okay, so this is nice. Then, in case any error erupts, let's catch our error by calling MSG box. Let's call the section ex dot to string MSG box star dot critical and error message for every message. Okay. All right. So let's run our application and see what you have achieved so far. All right. So this is it. Okay. Complex folders. These are folders, and these are what files. Okay. Select music, add a folder, then subfolders are over here. Okay, and let's go to this. This is a file, this is a file, this is a file, but these are what subfolders. Okay, so everything is working fine at the moment. You can see the path to the file is also what here. Okay, let's go to Android. See, it is not refreshing over here, so you have to do something about it. Okay, so the problem is coming from this end. So let's add the folder path to the text box. Text box 1 dot text is equal to full path, and that is that. So let's reload and see what happens. Okay, let me select this. Okay, that. Okay, access is not, you don't have access to that, so give the error message. Okay, so everything is working perfectly. So this brings us to the end of our tutorial. For the first version of our application, for it to look good, let us go to our Windows form again. Let's select the form. Let's change the icon property. Let's go to desktop, then icons, folder. Let's select the folder icon. Okay, can you do something with the size? No. Okay, so folder icon. Then let's change the text property to File Explorer. File Explorer. And then let's reload application. See, it's looking quite resemblance to Windows File Explorer. So next time you will try and build upon what you have achieved so far, then and see so that you can right click or can double click to open particular directory as it is in the Windows File Explorer. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment and like, and make suggestions where you had it wrong so that we can make improvement upon it. Thank you very much for all the time spent in watching it.